Good evening, Owls fans. Sorry for the delay tonight. JV is already in action. They're leading 5-3 over Daleville right now. Allison back to serve. Outside attack. And that'll be a point for the Broncos. There's the serve, handled by Johnson to Bracken. So hurrying attack. Johnson handles it. Meyer sets it up. And a free ball sent over by the Owls. Now the free ball. Nagel's there to cover it. And Bracken tries to tip it over, but hits net. It'll be a point for the Broncos, and we're all tied up at 5 points apiece. And service error on Daleville. Point to the Owls. Now leading 6-5. Rosie Bracken back to serve. Low fast serve. Middle attack. And they find the middle of the defense. That's a point to the Broncos. And we're tied up at 6 points apiece. Short serve. Bracken sends it over, and the Broncos are there. Meyer covers it. Mormon sends a free ball over. Outside attack. Meyer to Nagel. Allison, the tap goes in the net. And that's a point for the Broncos, now leading 7-6. Meyer handles the serve. Nagel sets it up and pushed over, and that's good for a point for the Owls. And Mary Street enters the lineup for the Owls. Mormon serve, and that'll be an ace for the Owls. Owls leading 8-7. And that goes long. That's a point for the Broncos, and we're tied up at 8 points apiece. I need a program. Serve from the Broncos. Meyer sets up Nagel. Street with the attack. Middle attack from the Broncos. Bracken, Nagel tips it over, and that's good for a point. And we have Corinne Meyer back to serve for the Owls. And it's sent over, and Owls can't get there. Mormon to Nagel. Middle attack from Street. And that goes out of bounds. Oh! Is that a conference? Oh, and the point goes to the Broncos, and we're tied at. Nope. Broncos leading 11-9. Meyer, Nagel digs it up. Street with the attack again. And that one will for the Owls. Tegan Ellis comes in the lineup for the Broncos. Send Katie Nagel back to the line to serve. Owls trailing by 1. Long serve. Outside attack. Into the block. And didn't clear the tape, and that's a point for your Owls. And we're tied up at 11. Ace for the Owls. Now leading 12-11 in this first set. Nagel adjusts his serving spot. And that goes long. That'll tie us up at 12. Teams keep going back and forth. Ray back to serve for the Broncos. Nagel, and that's overpass. And Owls can't get there. Broncos make them pay for that. Mormon. Bracken sets up. Outside attack by Street. And the net violation. And Broncos are leading 14-12. And with that, Coach Clark takes a timeout. And we will quickly thank our sponsors. Wendy Meyer with LuLaRoe. Doug Meyer with State Farm Insurance. Gaddis, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Star Insurance. O'Neill and Associates. Savage's Ale House. Meeks Mortuary. Fred and Diana Palmer with State Farm Insurance. Rod Cross with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Moe's Southwest Grill. Berrywinkle Frozen Yogurt. Central Indiana Orthopedics. Mahdi Grill. Texas Roadhouse. Prime Trust Financial Federal Credit Union. Once Upon a Time. And Creek Run Environmental Engineering. Want to thank all our sponsors for their support of Burris Athletics and Burris Volleyball. And thank them for their support. And always tell them that you heard about them on the Cube. Broncos will be serving. Annabelle Ray back to serve. Nagel handles it. And too close to the net. And gives the Daleville a 3-point lead, leading 15-12. And tacking error on the Owls gives the point. Broncos leading 16-12. Owls need a side out here. Meyer handle it. Set it up to Bracken. Allison with the attack. And there's the side out we were looking for. I'll give the serve back to the Owls as they look trail by 3. Mary Street back to you, serve. And short serve, just a little too short. J.C. Johnson enters the lineup for the Owls. And Sky Yoder back to serve. Long serve. Easy point for the Owl. Paige Hurin enters the lineup and be Haley Allison back to serve. There's a roll shot handled by Nagel. Bracken Mormon sends it over. And that lands inbounds. That's a point for the Owls. Owls have closed within 2, 15-17. short serve, and there's point for the Owls. Now here's Streety enters the lineup for Broncos. There's Allison serve. It's going to be sent right over. Mormon sends it over. Tip there. Bracken there covered. Nagel sets up. New line shot. Middle attack. Nagel to Bracken. To Horan. And that line's out of bounds. Gives the advantage to the Broncos. They lead by 2, 18-16. Bales back to serve for Daleville. Johnson to Bracken. Back row attack from Meyer. And just at the net. Point to the Owls. Sarah Sizemore enters the lineup for the Broncos. Rosie Bracken back to serve. Low fast serve from Bracken. That's good enough for an ace. That'll tie the Owls up at 18. And another point for the Owls. Bracken continuing to serve. And there's a serving error, and that'll tie us up at 19. Grayson Burns back to serve for Daleville. Nagel tips it over. There's the attack. Johnson dive. Bracken sends a free ball over and a good hustle play. Middle attack. Meyer dives for it. Mormon. Horan. There's the attack. Johnson's there. Horan sends it to Meyer. And that goes long. And the Broncos take a 1-point lead, 20-19. Rolls off the net. Mormon's there. Bracken sends it in. Horan sends it over the net. There's the attack. And that goes out of bounds. Point to the Owls. And now again, we're tied at 20. Mary Street returns to the lineup for the Owls. Mormon will be back to serve. Middle attack. Myers there to cover it. Nagel quickly tips it over. Broncos are ready. There's the block. Nagel sets it. Horan off the block. Pushed up. Middle roll shot. Oh, miscommunication by the Owls. Lets it hit the floor. Broncos take a 1-point lead. Madison Harrington back to serve. Meyer, Nagel, one hands it up. And back row attack goes into that. And with that, Owls take a timeout as they trail 20-22. Want to thank Star Insurance, committed to serving the needs of our community by helping protect what matters most, both professionally and personally. Find them at 400 North High Street in Muncie. O'Neill & Associates came from a unique, individualized custom plan using an independent perspective. With more than 15 years of dedicated personalized service, find them at o'neillandassociates.com or call them at 765-896-9553. And Savage's Ale House, serving Savage's signature sandwiches, burgers, and beer. Find them at Facebook at Savage's Ale House or walk in at 127 North High Street. Harrington back to serve for the Broncos as they lead 22-20. Bracken to Nagel, and the Owls attack goes long. Harrington's serve as the Broncos lead 23-20. Owls need a side out. Bracken to Nagel. Street sends that one over. There's Bronco swing, dug out by Mormon. And ball handling error on the Owls. And that'll bring up set point. Bracken, Nagel back sets it. Roll shot to Meyer. Nagel. And that attack goes out of bounds. And that's a point to the Broncos. And that'll end the first set as the Owls fall to the Daleville Broncos 25-20. We'll be back shortly for the start of the second set. Daleville will be serving first. There's a serve. Bracken, Nagel dives for it. Can't get there. And Daleville takes the first point in the second set, now leading 1-0. Street, Nagel tips it over. Attack into the block. Point to the Owls. We're now tied up at 1 point apiece. Katie Nagel back to serve. And serving error on the Owls. And that gives a point to the Broncos. Now leading 2-1. Entering the lineup is number 11, Sarah Cutthroat. And there's a serving error, gives an easy point to the Owls. And we're tied up at 2 points apiece. Mary Street serve. Outside attack into the net. Point to the Owls. Hold on for just a moment. Sorry about that. Attack. And we're tied up at 3 points apiece. Bales back to serve for the Broncos. Nagel sends it over the net. And pushed over by the Broncos. And to the back line. Owls mishandle it. And that's a point for Daleville. They now lead 4-3. Service there. Ties us up at 4. Paige Heron enters the lineup for the Owls. And it'll be Connie Prater back to serve. And one too many touches for the Broncos. And that gives the lead to the Owls, 5-4. Junior Prater back to serve. junior Connie Prater back to serve. And that landed in bounce. That's an ace for Prater. Owls take a 2-point lead, 6-4. And that one doesn't make it over net. That's a point for the Broncos. Owls continuing the lead, 6-5. Grayson Burns back to serve. And that'll be an ace. And a pair of Owls fighting over the ball. There's Johnson, Bracken, and Haran sends it over and mishandled by the Broncos, and that gives the lead back to the Owls, 7-6. Rosie Bracken back to serve. And that one went in the net. Ties up at 7. Candid Slynn enters the lineup for the Broncos. Madison Hutchison back to serve. Meyer to Nagel. Harin sends it down. Dive by Meyer. Harin and got under that one and sent it way long and high. Broncos now lead 8-7. Meyer digs it up. Cross-court attack by Mormon. And that one's tipped out of bounds by the Owls. Broncos now lead 9-7. Harrington continuing to serve. Johnson, Nagel sets her in with a good swing. Set right back. Nagel pushes the back corner. Free ball sent over by the Broncos. Nagel manages to stay out of the net. There's a swing. Johnson is there. And the overpass. And she touches the net. That gives a point to the Owls. They only trail by 1. Mary Street enters the lineup for Johnson. Grace Mormon back to serve. Attack. Mormon. Street. Free ball by Meyer. Middle attack. Bracken. Nagel digs it out, but doesn't stay in play. So it'll go over to the Broncos. And we're all tied up at 9 points apiece. Streety back to serve for Daleville. Bracken handles it. Nagel tips it over. And that one catches the Broncos by surprise. Gives the lead back to the Owls, 10-9. Serve from Meyer. Rotational error on the Owls. Negates that serve, and now we're tied up at 10. And Coach Clark takes a timeout wanting to talk about it. That'll give us an opportunity to thank some more of our sponsors. Meeks Mortuary, serving all of Delaware County with sensitivity, compassion, and respect since 1844. Fred and Diana Palmer with State Farm Insurance. Rod Cross, Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. When it comes to your coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. so stop knocking on wood. Contact Rod for all your auto, home, life, farm, and business insurance needs. He's at White River Boulevard, and call him at 765-284-5543. And Moe's Southwest Grill, there is no INT, but there is an Iron Burrito. Want to thank Moe's for their continued sponsorship of Burris Athletics. And as we return, it'll be Daleville's serve as they lead 11-10. Bracken to Nagel. Street with the attack. And she finds the middle of the defense. And that's a point for the Owls. We're tied up at 11. Outside attack, and that goes long. And Owls take a 1-point lead, 12-11. This is the way it went the first set until a 5-point run at the end of the match put Daleville ahead. Nagel serve. Handled by the Broncos. It'll be a back row attack. Myers there. Bracken. Prater with the swing, a high swing. Pushed over. And too much rotation on that one because of a double touch. Point to the Owls. Nagel serve. Pushed up. There's the middle attack. Into the block of street. And the Broncos can't get it. And there's a point for the Owls. Owls are on a 3-point lead. Run. Ace for Nagel. That'll expand the lead to 4. And with that, the Broncos take a timeout as the Owls have gone on a 4-point run to take a lead 15-11. Want to thank Berrywinkle Frozen Yogurt, the best place for dessert in Muncie with 14 different flavors of frozen yogurt and more than 50 toppings. That's Berrywinkle, located on South Tillotson. Central Indiana Orthopedics, specializing in joint replacement, physical medicine and rehabilitation, pediatric orthopedics, and sports medicine. They're located at 3600 West Bethel. Want to thank all our sponsors for their support. And it'll be Nagel back to serve. And Streeter tips it over. There's another free ball, and it doesn't clear net. That's a point for the Owls. That extends the streak to 5. Owls leading by 5, 16-11. Ace for the Owls. And the Broncos makes the substitution. Number 6, Tegan Ellis into the lineup. Nagel to serve. There's a free ball sent over. Meyer to Bracken. She sets up Street off the block. Into the net. Point to the Owls. That's 7 in a row for the Owls, now leading 18-11. Ace for Nagel. That's tipped, and that'll be another ace for the Owls. That's 9 in a row, and they've opened up a 20-11 lead. There's the short serve. There's the attack. Dug up by Mormon. And that's a net. And that one hits the court. That'll send it over to Daleville, but not after the Owls have opened up an 8-point lead on 9 straight serves from Nagel. There's the serve from the Broncos. Street with attack, and that tipped out of bounds for the kill.
Nice serve, Sarah.
That'll send Mary Street back to serve. As the Owls lead 21-12. And there's a free ball. Nagel to Bracken. Prater sends it, and it goes into the net. And that'll be a point for the Broncos. Johnson returns to the lineup for Street. Sarah Sizemore back to serve for Daleville. And ball handling error on the Owls. And that gives the Broncos their 13th point, but they still trail by 8. Serve is handled by Meyer. The Bracken. Mormon with the swing. Comes the outside attack. Johnson's there. Nagel. Prater sends it over. Free ball. And Owls can't get there. Daleville has 14 compared to Burris 21. Nagel to Bracken. Prater from the other side. At the net. And point to the Owls. Now leading 22-14. It'll be Connie Prater back to serve. Yeah, into the block. Middle attack, into the block, point to the Owls. Now leading 23-14. Prater back to serve again. Low fast serve from Prater. Outside roll shot. Johnson's there. Nagel sets up. Perrin with the cross court attack. Tipped over. Nagel's there. Mormon. Middle push over. And a lift by the Broncos. Will set up for set point for the Owls as they lead 24-14. Prater will be back to serve. Johnson to Bracken. Perrin. And that goes just long. And that'll keep the Broncos alive for another point. As Grayson Burns will be back to serve. And that's an A. Burns will serve again. Owls only needing 1 point to win the set. Another point for the Broncos. Owls hoping to settle down, collect themselves, and get this last point. Nagel. Bracken tips it over. And there's the swing. Nagel there again. Bracken. Mormon sends it. Middle attack, off the block, and Owls aren't there to cover it. And the Broncos continuing the fight. Meyer, Bracken, back row attack from Nagel. Johnson. Nagel. And they kick it into the net. That'll give a point to the Broncos. Meyer Bracken tips it over. And that'll finally end it. And the Owls win the second set, 25-19. That'll force a third and decisive set, and we'll be back shortly for that. Fans, as we get ready for the third and decisive set, in for the lineup for the Owls will be Mary Street, Connie Prater, Rosie Bracken, Grace Mormon, Corinne Meyer, and Katie Nagel. Nagel will be back to serve. She had to string the 9 serve to put the Owls ahead. And there's an ace for Nagel, starting the Owls off right. There's a serve. And yeah, Broncos can't dig it out. Owls now lead 2-0. Free ball sent over Myers there. Bracken sets up. Street into the block. Street knocks it up. Myers sets up. Prater swings it over. Middle attack, and it goes long. I'll take a 3-point lead. And ace for Nagel as the Owls lead 4-0. Swing by Nagel, or serve by Nagel for another ace! Owls leading 5-0. There's a set middle attack. Meyer dunks it up. Mormon. Bracken's going to send the free ball over. Middle attack into net. Point for the Owls. Oh, a little fast serve. Just barely clears the net. And Streets just at the net. Sends it over to Broncos side. And that's a point for the Owls. Now leading 7-0 on the back of Nagel serving. And ace for Nagel. Owls are halfway there. This third set only goes to 15. And service error after 8-point serve. Gives it over to the Broncos. Nagel's put the Owls in a good position. Short serve. Nagel sends it right back over, but that goes out of bounds. Owls leading 8-2. Meyer. Bracken tips it over. But unfortunately, she's in the net. And that'll give the point to the Broncos. Meyer to Bracken. Street with the attack. And there's good for a kill. Owls take the serve back now, leading 9-3. And ace for the Owls, now leading 10-3. Mary Street back to serve. At the net. And Owls can't get it over in 3. So that'll be a point for the Broncos. Owls leading by 6, 10-4. Johnson returns to the lineup for the Owls. Broncos back to serve. Meyer. Tipped over, Nagel's there. Bracken. Prater pushes it over. Pushed over by the libero. Owls reset. Mormon with the swing. But too much arch on that one. And that point goes to the Broncos. Owls holding on to a 10-5 lead right now. Bracken, back row attack from Nagel. And ball handling error. Gives the side out to the Owls. They lead 11-6. Prater back to serve. A long serve. And tacking error on the Broncos. Gives the Owls their 12th point. Outside attack, Johnston, Nagel, and a free ball set over. Oh, and unfortunately it goes outside the antenna. That's a point for the Broncos. Owls continuing to lead 12-6. Bales back to serve. Meyer to Bracken. Mormon sends it over, and there's a point for the Owls. Sizemore enters the lineup. Rosie Bracken back to serve. Middle swing. Nagel sets it up to Hurin. There's the attack, and finds the back row. Owls leading 13-7. Grayson Burns back to serve. Bracken, Nagel back sets it. And out of bounds, point to the Owls. Street will re-enter the lineup for the Owls. Grace Mormon will be back to serve for match point. And it goes out of bounds. That's a point for the Broncos. They live for another point. And there's an ace for the Broncos. Owls defense let that one hit inside the line. Madison Harrington back to serve. Mormon to Bracken. Nagel sends a free ball over. There's a swing. Mormon's there. Nagel sets it up for Street with the swing. And that goes long. And the Broncos have closed within 4, 14-10. Owls looking for 1 point to put the Broncos away this match. Mormon, Hurin, Nagel sends a free ball over. There's a cross-court tap handled by Meyer. Nagel pushes it over. There's a free ball. Straight to Nagel, to back to straight. And long free ball. Mormon. Nagel tips it over. And the Broncos are there again. And a ball handling error will put the end to the match. Owls win, taking it 2-1, winning the third one 15-10. I want to quickly thank all our sponsors. Rod Cross with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, Moe's Southwest Grill, Berrywinkle Frozen Yogurt, Central Indiana Orthopedics, Mardi Grill, Texas Roadhouse, Prime Trust Financial Federal Credit Union, Once Upon a Child, Creek Run Environmental Engineering, Wendy Meyer, Lula Rowe, Doug Meyer, State Farm Insurance, Gaddis Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Star Insurance, O'Neill and Associates, Savage's Ale House, Meeks Mortuary, Friend Diana Palmer with State Farm Insurance. I want to thank all of them for their sponsorship and always thank them for the support of Burris Athletics and Burris Volleyball. And the Owls will be taking on at the Alexandria tournament this weekend. Unfortunately, we will not have coverage there as I will be traveling with the varsity to the Warsaw Invitational. So tune in next week for the JV games. Please stay tuned to Twitter at AlsTV1 for the latest announcement and links. Thank you and good night.